personal project.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about you.
So
Say
yeah, so
you do main stack.
yeah,
And
like
also,
yeah, mean men stack.
okay,
But professionally, I work as a front end developer.
nice.
So I've been working for over a year, give or take. React JS, Next.js, you know. So it's nice to be here.
Thank you very much, man. So guys, if you have any front end problem, write that guy name down. Right, make sure you watch out for his name. Right. All right. So welcome to the group, man. So it's good to have you here. Right. I'm very sure we have like a couple other professional learners. We have other like people are just coming to tech who wants to specialize on the front end. Please, we really appreciate your experience. You're like, oh, I just have like 1 or 2 years of experience. Trust me. For someone coming to tech, the guidance of this is what you need to do. Most people, it's not that they can't learn it. I mean, they have like advanced subjects. Most of them are just lost on where to start, right? So those kind of guidance will really, really help. All right. Thank you. Anyone else that wants to like introduce either herself? Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. All right. All right, Jane. All right. So
Yeah, hi. How are
hi.
you all?
Very good. Very good. Welcome.
Actually, I'm new here, so I don't know about much on this. So as you told, self-introduction, so I would like to introduce myself.
Yes. Just
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm Shubham. I'm Shubham from the India,
Oh,
and
nice.
I have a 6 month of experience in the WordPress technology. But currently, I am learning JavaScript and Node.js for the backend development. Within a 1 month, I target myself to get a good job in a Node.js development.
That is a very good target, right? That is a very, very good idea, right? You say like within like these 6 to 9 months, right? You want to plan to get a job, right? That's a very good target. Giving yourself a time, because by giving yourself a timeline, it makes you like have a goalpost, makes you like even if it makes you give like a goalpost, makes you like really stretch yourself and also target. Worst case, you get something at that time based on your efforts. All right, welcome to the group. Welcome to the group. Looks like we have
Thank you.
welcome to the group. So we have one more person. If you want one more chance for one more person. Do we have
Hi
any?
guys.
Oh, hey.
Okay, I'm John from Lagos, Nigeria.
Welcome, John.
Okay, I've been into tech for like 2 years now. Actually, I started with Python. So I learned Python for like 2 years. I mastered it. I went into data science, even though I dropped it because I've actually had a lot of failed career paths. I've been into front end, I've been into back end, but I actually dumped them because of my school and all that stuff. Like sometimes when school resumes, I have to focus on school. And then maybe during the holidays, I pick it up again. But right now, I've started with mobile development with Flutter. So I think I will be focusing on this for now to the next 6 months.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Welcome to you. Welcome. All right. Welcome. And I'm very sure we have like other folks who are very interested in that particular tech, on this space. Thank you very much. So I think, do we have any female on the group? Right. I'm trying like, do you have any female in the group that just introduce ourselves, right? I'm trying to see if you can go. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, good evening.
Yeah, I'm new here. I just want to say hello to everybody.
Hey, tech guy. Welcome. So what stack do you specialize in? Are you just...
I've been with your stuff on Leetcode for a while, and I decided to just join your meeting today.
Thank you.
IT consultant. I do a lot of stuff. I consult for cloud or on-prem installation, data analytics, DevOps, architecture, whatever you want to talk about in IT. So I do coding sometimes as well. And I'm just here to just, hang around, learn a little one or two things from you guys as well. I like hanging around with young guys like you, passionate and skilled. And probably there are opportunities I can grant to you guys. That will be good. And there's a way I can also benefit from you, and that will be fine. So I'm just here to have fun. Thank you.
Welcome to the group, right? So we have, we have a professional in the house, right? Who works in the infra space, right? Who works in the infra space. And I really like that, right? Because so it's a lot of Nigerians right now, the only thing they think about is, right, the product development part of things, right? We also have other parts, like the infra space. That's what he's talking about, right? And that space itself, because of limited focus from a lot of people, most people want to be an API developer, some web, front end, back end, right? So the infra space also has like needs for skills. Actually, I have like a couple of folks that I mentored into that space. I have a job there right now. One of them works for CCL, or what do you guys call it? One of them works like a different company, but it's a separate space. And I really like that we have someone in the room that is, a consultant, right? A professional working in that space. Thank you. All right. Lastly, is there a female in this group? Please, right? The goal of the group is to encourage people to show up. So if there's a female listening, I would like a female to like introduce herself, talk about, even if you're a newbie, yeah, before we get started. No female in the group. All right. Yeah, I'll keep pushing for that, right? So just like I want to encourage, our ladies to get really, really involved in this kind of things, right? All right. So today we are going to do something very, very simple. It's the same thing that we've been doing before, the same very thing that we've been doing as before. There's going to be a little bit of difference today, right? But usually, let me put my video off so that it's save on bandwidth. So usually, right, for those who are just coming to the group, what we do is that we practice Leetcode, right? Now, folks, when they want to test you, you tell them that, hey, I'm a developer, I'm a backend developer, sometimes I'm a front-end developer. They want to test you, like, are you as smart as you are? So in nowadays, they use things like Leetcode, right? Akara to test you. Basically, they give you some challenge and they want you to program it and explain it, right? So they said, like, for example, this is a very easy one. Usually on this group, we do medium level question, we do easy level question. Today, I am going to be picking on easy, right? The easy is going to be with a twist, right? So it's going to be with a twist, right? So I'm going to be, if possible, I'm going to be acting as the interviewer today, right? So I'm going to be acting like, as the interviewer today, and someone in the crowd, in the crowd is going to be, right? Is going to be the candidate, right? You're going to be someone will be the candidate. I'm going to be the one interviewing you. So the candidate is going to be given this question, right? And the candidate is going to walk us through, right? Walk us through the solution. How him or I is going to walk through the solution, right? So you're going to basically share your screen. I'm going to explain the question to you. Well, no, I'm not going to explain the question to you. You are going to walk us through the question, then you are going to help us solve the question. Now, remember, for some people that have been in this group, this is an easy level question, right? It's easy to do, right? That means you can knock it out in a brief. But during the interview, people are not just making assessment about your ability to knock this out. In fact, if you go straight to the terminal and start solving, that is a negative right there because, right, the goal is, I already know how to solve this because I gave you the question, right? I'm more interested in your ability to explain the solution. That is my priority right now. I want to see if you fully grasp the solution. Apart from that, how do you get from, seeing the challenge, then how do you work your way to the solution, right? Then those are the things I'm going to be looking for. So is there anybody that wants to volunteer his or herself in this group and be the candidate for this question? The one requirement, you must have Leetcode open on your system, and you must be able to share your screen. Okay, someone raised their hand. All right. Can you speak, Dom?
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Have you been in this meeting before?
Yep.
All right, Dom.
Okay,
So
is it for new people? Is it for
no,
new?
it's not for new people. It's for anybody, right? I just
Okay.
wanted to like get like this thing. So do you want to
Okay.
be my candidate today, the person that is trying to apply for this role, right? All right. So you
Yeah.
are going to share your screen and you're going to walk us through the solution. Now, I am going to be asking you questions. It's a very simple solution. So the goal of this is to show people that it goes beyond being able to like solve the question. It goes towards if you solve the question and I feel like you've crammed the solution, I won't feel impressed, right? So this is the question for the day. Let me put it in the group. So can I refer to you by Dome, right?
Yeah, sure, Dom.
Okay. All right. This is the question for the day. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing. Do you mind, like, since you're the candidates, do you mind? I've stopped sharing. Do you mind just sharing your screen and walking us through, opening your screen so that you can walk us through the question and the solution?
Sure, I'll share it now. Okay. I don't know if I have a solution.
Yes.
Just going to attempt this. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, we can see your screen. Thank you. All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. So, all right. So, Mr. Dome, welcome to today's interview. Right. Thanks for taking time with our company. Right. I'm just giving an example of how we do interview for my company. Hey, Mr. Dome, welcome. Today. Thank you for taking your time to apply to this particular role. For this session today, we are going to be going through a very simple Leetcode task, right? The objective of this Leetcode is to for us to like basically engage you, measure your ability to like solve technical questions and also navigate like issues, right? So this is the question, and feel free, please, to ask us. And if you are confused about anything, feel free to ask us, right? We are going to provide as much information. As you can see, this is a Leetcode medium. Please, if you select on the drop down bar, right? The one that says JavaScript. If you click on that, you have the ability to select different questions, right? Please use any programming language that is very you're comfortable in, right? And yeah, let's get started. So please take the lead.
Okay, so the question says, I'm going to be given two arrays of integers. The first one is going to be numbers, and the second one is going to be the first one is going to be assigned or denoted as number. The second one is going to be denoted as index. And my task is to create an array under a couple of rules. First rule: the initial target array is empty. The initial target array, okay, the initial target array is empty. Then from the left to the right, I should read the numbers. I should read the numbers I and index I,
Yeah.
and then insert at index I the value number I in target array. Okay. So what this is saying is that if I should, this is norms. I should. I'm trying to be. Reading questions back to you. So if I'm getting it wrong, you can correct me and show me.
Yeah.
So I'm to go through norms and index from left to right. Read norms and index, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I should insert I should insert at index I the value of, okay, so I should get whatever. So okay, so this is going to be an array of indices, and this is going to be an array of numbers, both of
Right.
them integers,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I'm going to move through this array from left to right and move through this array from left to right. That's starting from index 0 to index length minus 1, right?
Okay. Right.
For both.
Right.
Then I'm going to get the index. I'm going to get the value of what through my iteration, through every iteration
Right.
of each value at each of the arrays, right? I'm going to get the value in index, the value in for that iteration in index,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what this I'm going to get the value, and then okay, it starts at index I. So I'm going to get the index. I'm going to get the value here is the index. So I'm going to get, sorry, the value here is the index. So I'm going to get that index. So it starts at index. I'm getting the index. Then I'm going to take the number here. Okay, so we are going to have iterate over the array from left to right.
Okay.
Iterate over both arrays from left to right,
Okay.
right? Then
Yes.
I'm going to get index, or say for each iteration, for each loop, I'm going to get index from, what am I doing here? I'm going to get index, sorry, I'm going to get index value, from index. I'm going to get number value from num, right? And
Right.
then I should repeat the previous step until there are no elements to read in numbers and index. Okay. Okay. One question I have, but I'm not asking you, I'm asking myself, is if numbers and index are of the same length. But I'm not done reading the question, I'm going to keep going on. Then it says I should return the target array.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't add that. Then okay, it says insert insert n value. This is n value is the value I get from here. Let me put it here.
Right.
N value.
Yeah. The end val. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, n val. Insert n val at target. This is I val. Calling it I val.
Mm.
Insert n val at target I val. I think, yeah. So it says then return at the end, return targets. Okay, so it is guaranteed that the insertion operations will be valid.
Right.
Okay, I don't know exactly what this means, but let me look at the examples. So numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it says I'm going to get at index 0, I'm supposed to insert 0 for the target array. Then at index 1, I'm going to insert, yes, this guy. Is that what I was saying? Get number value from at index I val. Yeah, this is what I meant. Yeah, so at
And
index 2 again.
don't forget, like, you can ask us any clarification question if you feel the need to.
Yeah, sure. I'm still trying to like understand the whole question before I start asking.
Okay.
So at index 1, this is, sorry, at index 1, this is 0, 1. I'm going to get, sorry. So this is norms. This is, so at index 0, I'm going to get what is at 0 here. What's at 0 here is 0. I'm going to put it here. At index 1, 0, 1. I'm going to get, this doesn't match it. It reads from left to right. For each to get index value. Get value from index. Yeah. Let me see again. So let's period I and index I and sat at index I. The value from what I and sat at index. Okay. Okay.
I mean, and also feel free to walk through the example. Maybe that might help you in figuring out what exactly is happening.
okay. So this is like yeah. So at index I. Okay. At index I. This is index I. Target 0 because this 0 0 the index, not 0 the value,
Right.
matches with this guy here. 1 1. Okay, this is 1 0 1. This is 1. Target 1 because 1 matches with 1 here.
No, it's not
And
because they
2.
match. Oh, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no, 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 no. I don't mean index 1. I mean,
Okay, you mean the
I mean,
value?
I mean, like the index, this is index 0, this index 1, this index 2, this index 3.
Right, right.
So I
Thanks for that.
mean, the value at index, yeah, so the value at index 1 here
Hmm,
matches with this value here,
right.
matches with so if we move to here 3, if we come here, this is 3. So what is at sorry, so 3 is 2. So I'm going to get what is 2 here, 0 1 2. I'm going to get 2. That's why we have 0 1. Where was that? 3, yeah, so that's why we have 2 here. Okay, let me see the second example. If it meets my understanding. What I'm very concerned about is if both arrays have the same length. Okay, so one is less than number of length, and okay, so both lengths are the same, I think. Yeah, so from here, both lengths are the same. This is what I'm most concerned about. So both lengths are the same. So I'm sure that I will not iterate over one and leave the elements of the other ones
All right.
unattended to. I don't have any question. I think I understand. If I look at, I'm just going to take this one randomly to make sure that I'm sure. So if I go, this is 1 2 3 4. Sorry, this is why do we start counting from one and end of it? Sorry,
I would say like
so statement.
for better clarification, uh use for better clarification, right? No, just go ahead and start.
Okay, so okay. Sorry, I was thinking this guy
Okay,
switched.
so I can walk through the example if that helps. If you look at it says, if you say the first one, the norms, right? Let's look at the first one. It says the
So
norm.
no, you think I okay? I missed this rule describing this
Yeah.
stuff. I was thinking this. I'm sorry. I was thinking this was the index and this was the one for. But you can go on. So you can go on.
Okay, okay, all right. So
Sorry,
basically,
can I say something instead
uh,
of you after? Can I? You're trying to like give him a hint, right?
yeah, I'm the person doing the interview, right? No, yeah. Do you want
Okay,
to say
okay.
something?
Yeah, before you give the solution, like I don't know
No,
if you're trying to.
I'm not giving the solution. I'm giving the
Okay, okay,
hint, right? Just so unless your
okay.
interview is an asshole, we have like complete assholes, like we're born like that, right? They're supposed to give you because I can see the algorithm is right. I can see the algorithm being right, but the problem is that right. I don't think the example is a little bit kind of maybe throwing him off, right? So I'm trying to like steer him into like a direction. He has the algorithm like right. His algorithm is right. Even if it goes the right, most likely he's going to get it right, depending on what he's doing, right? So basically, if you look at number 0, it says, but what it's saying here is that insert number 0 at index 0, insert number 1 at index 1, insert number 2 at index 2, which correlates. Now the last one now say insert number 3 at index 2, right? That was why that 3 displaces the other 3, push the other 2 to the back. The insert number 4 at index 1, you see?
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
and you see, your algorithm actually is right. Right. So you're on the right track. So I think, I think we can just take our time and start like doing implementation if you don't mind.
Okay, so like I said, I was going to iterate over the arrays from there are many ways to do this in JavaScript. But I'm going to not to shoot myself in the foot. I'm going to what should I do? There are many ways to do this. Constant. No, I'm going to be increasing the value of my counter. So I'm going to use let. So let I equals 0, starting from 0, which is the index 0 of the array, which is the leftmost part. Then I'm going to say while the index, or while my that's I is my counter, while my counter is less than the length of any of both arrays, the length of any of both arrays. So nums dot length. Yeah, okay. Nums dot length. And I'm going to increase the counter. That's I. So now I'm in the loop. So I'm here for each loop. That's for each value. I'm going to I say get the index value from So what's the index value? Constant index. Let me call it ival because that's what I put in the algorithm. Constant ival equals index I. Yeah. Yeah. So constant nval equals nums ival. Yeah. Get the number value from number at index ival. Yeah. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Then insert nval at target. So it's a target. Let me see. Where am I supposed to put this? From left to right, read nonce insert as index. Okay. So target I equals n val. If so I'm supposed to return this to target. Let me quickly. Am I supposed to submit now, or can I test?
No, you can go ahead and you can go ahead and do the run code. That will tell you if you're right or not.
Okay, so okay. Let me see. Oh, okay.
So what do you think is wrong?
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so it says this is the inputs and this is what is expected. Okay, so okay, so the input is 0 1 2 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 2. Okay, so the output is supposed to be okay. This is my output 0 1 2 2 2. Oh, my output is similar to this. Let me check again. Let me use this one. Let me use this one. So it says I'm getting index 0 1 2 3 0 0 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 0, and I'm getting number 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 0. So if I go at 0, I'm going to see this guy at 0. Okay, this is eyeball. This guy at 0 0. And I'm going to look for the guy at 0 here, which is 1, and then this is 1. Okay. Then if I use target dot push. Okay, no, let me understand this thing before I move on. Okay, so then I will do second time is the second time it will be second time it will be 1. Sorry, so 1 at 1 we have 1, right? So the guy at 1 is 2. Then that is where I got it wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm not wrong. the guy at 1 is 2. So the guy at 1 is 2. So we have 2. Then if I go again, 2, 0, 1, 2, yeah. So and the guy 2 here, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 here, correct? 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3, we have 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't it?
Right?
Hmm. Let me go back to this guy. Initially target horizon. So from left to right, read norms I, index I. Read norms I, index. Oh. Read norms I and index I. Okay. Read norms. I'm reading norms I var. Read norms I and index I.
Okay.
Okay. Read norms I and index I.
Mm-hmm.
Insert at index. Insert at index. Insert at index I. The value. Insert at index. So I'm supposed to get the value of index I, which is I var. Yes. So we go at the value norms I. I think this is it. I think I've fixed the problem.
Yeah, I mean, give it a try. See what Leetcode has to
Yeah.
say.
Wait, let
Sure.
me let me see again. Cause once beaten, twice shy. Insert at index I, the value norms I. Yeah, this is insert at index I for targets, right? The value this is let me see. So help me God.
I mean, right?
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you, like, take a look at line 17.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if I should do target dot push or I should do target I. That's what I'm thinking in my head. But it seems to me that both of them still end up becoming the same thing if I do target I and N. Let me
Remember,
see again. I
remember,
think
so to give you like tip, remember they told you that insert norms I, which is n val, at index I val.
finally that insert
Insert
N var
val at index I val. Right.
insert N var at index. What is that part? Insert
Insert at index I, which for you is I val, right? The value
yes.
n val in target array.
Oh wait, give me a minute. I think this is it. So let me go for the second third time. I'm going to.
All right. Now, it's so boiled down to that line 17. Think about it. What is going on in line 17?
For line 17, I'm getting the value at here at online 17. I'm using the I'm getting the value from here and inserting it at index here for targets. So let's say for this guy now, let me use this guy. So for this guy, I'm not even using the right norms index. Norms index. Okay, so this guy looks right. I is 0. I is 0. So this is 0. Okay. What is 0 here? 0. So we have 0. Is that what I'm doing? I'm getting 0. I'm getting. This is the thing. From left to right, read norms I and index I.
Right.
I'm reading norms I and index I.
To give you a tip, right? To give you a tip, if you let's say you insert you insert the value 2 at index 1, right? If you now again try to insert the value 3 at index 1, what is going to happen?
It's going to override, it's going to replace it, dump it out.
So try to look into where that kind of situation might be happening within your code. All right, so we're out of time. We're out of time. Thank you very much for this, right? Because we have to move on to like other segments, of course, right? Talk about like system design, but this is very, very good. This is actually very, very good. Now, let me say like a couple of parts to it. Remember, the goal sometimes is not solving the question, it's convincing the interviewer that you are smart. Yeah, that is it. It's not really, some of them don't even record that you finish the question. They just, so whenever we go to like, whenever we go to where we are going to put our feedback, right? When we type in our feedback, we don't really talk about the fact that you solved the question. We talk about how we feel about how you solved the question, right? So I think, right, you are in the right direction in terms of, you're in the right direction. First of all, I like the fact that you look into the constraints, right? Now, let me ask you a question, right? What time complexity is this algorithm?
This is O of n.
Okay, thank you very much. This is O of n, right? So that's it. So although we did not get a solution, you actually did a very good performance. You checked the constraint. You checked the constraint of the algorithm. Yeah, you made sure that the nums and the index have like the same length, right? So that you don't run into out of bound error. Now, the only thing I was missing that is that, right, you have like a case of override. In the case of, right, for example, if you go down to the example, of number 1, you see, go down to, no, let's use example number 2, right? If you look at, let's use number 1. Number 1 is going to make it very clear. Sorry about that. If you look at number 1, right, replace the value 2, put the value 2 at index 2, right? It means that 2 is going to be right there online is put 2 inside online, put the value 2 at index 2, is going to just put this at index 2, which is correct. Now, the next line I say put the value 3 at index 2, right? So you're supposed to push back the correct index. You're supposed to push them back before inserting 3, right? But in your case, you are replacing the 2. So in your case, you are going to end up with 0, 1, 3, right? So if you look at it, go ahead.
Okay.
So in your case, right, when they say put the value 3 at index 2, you are supposed to push the existing value backward, right? You're supposed to insert in the middle.
No.
Go ahead.
No, push the existing value forward and push the new value.
Yes.
Put in the, yeah.
But you see what line 17 will do? Line 17 is going to what?
Replace it, yeah.
Yep, that was what was missing. All right, so that's all the time that we have today. Any questions?
But there was nothing like that in this description, like nothing like that here at all.
Well, that's part of like the assessment, right? They want you to figure out the dark corner of the algorithm, things that is not obvious, right?
Okay.
It's part of the assessment, but this is very good. But for those who are watching, there's a difference between solving a question by yourself and having 15 people watching your screen, right? I like your composure. One good thing I'll say, I like your composure. I like the fact that you walk through the question as if you're explaining it to us, right? I like that very fact. You walk us through the question, and also you understood the question on the get-go. Apart from the catch, the gotcha that you ran into, you walk through the question from the get-go. So this is a very good interview. I'm not going to tell you my rating. I won't let you know if you get the job or not, but this is a very good one, right? All
I
right.
didn't get the job, I beg.
Don't worry, you know someone at the top, so you will get the job. All right. So guys, any question about to the whole group, any question about what we did so far? To the group, any question about what we did so far? Who asked question?
For me, there's no question. There's no question from my side. So I think the question is pretty clear and somewhat straightforward. So I have no question. Thank you.
All right.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I want to ask something. Actually, the question is clear, and then the pattern at which he followed is also clear. Even though I was also trying it using Python, and at least I could be able to use some stuff with it, and I was able to get it. So what I wanted to ask is there any, okay, for the time complexity of O of n, is there any way or any method you can do it in which you can have maybe a lesser time complexity, maybe a constant time or any other method? Do you have any method you can use?
I mean, the ones I know of are right. O of n, you have to look through the array to get the because they expect you to return something of index I, right? They're not. So if they ask you to calculate something, let's say calculate a single value, right? Maybe and it might be true, but they expect you to return another array of at least the same length, right? At least looking at a constraint of the same length. So you probably have to look through you probably have to look through the array, right, to at least get the corresponding value, unless you have some matching calculation. But as far as I know, n is right. O of n is like the best case I think of, right? Right, unless because you don't know, at least you don't know any of these values, you look through them. Unless you're sometimes I don't know, unless you have maybe we have some special programming language that can help you get value without complete loop. I really don't know, right? But it's in Python, the one I use, you have to at least go to the array once, so which makes O of n at least, right? Right? Maybe O of n. All right, it's O of n is what I know. Right? Unless some people have like other better solution. Right. All right, so folks, this is a section of what we do in the meetup, right? One other thing that we do is demo also, right? So if you have like a project or demo of something that you're working on, if you demo something that you're working on, just let me know ahead of time. Always message me ahead of time. If you message me right now for the best demo, you like 10,000 naira. I know it's chicken for some people, right? So for best demo at this point, we're going to give you like 10,000 naira. If you have some demo in this meetup, someone has demoed their smart contract before. Someone has demoed last time. Someone demoed their project that they're working on, right? So if you have anything to demo, something private, a personal project that you're working on, I just want people to walk people through the code, right? Because this is not just anything that they ask you, people, so that people can see project being worked on. Please feel free to now let me know. Does anyone have anything to demo? Let me ask in this session right now.
Any stack, right?
Any stack, as long as you wrote the code. Because we'll find out who will catch you.
No,
So
does
it have to be like a technical code? Like let's say you just built like maybe a website or something.
No, it has to be.
You're not gonna have too many technical or how do I put mathematical algorithm or any of that stuff in there.
No. As long as you wrote in a programming language, it could be front end, it could be back end, right? I give 10K to the best demo, yeah. To the best demo in every session, yeah. Anybody wants to like do a demo of what you're working on?
I could have done that, but I don't have my system here with me. My system is 40, so I'm still repairing it.
Sure.
Oh, good.
So anybody else wants to like demo? Yeah, they free money. Nobody likes free money. All right. So next time just come prepared, right? We do demo in this place. The goal of the demo is to encourage people to like really write code. You can't really learn all this stuff by reading. You have to type it in. You actually have to type it in, right? So, and also I'm hoping to get a feedback from you guys. I asked people last time. Part of one thing is we are trying to, of course, incorporate demo. Basically, every week we have someone demo a small anything that they work on, right? I'm going to increase the price for the best demo every week. I'm going to increase the price maybe to something more than 10K, or it could still be at 10K. Every week the goal is to encourage people to show like what they are working on, right? It could be any stack, could be any language, as long as there's a project that you worked on and that you want to like demo. And also down the line, I'm hoping to like start like a community project. What do I mean by community project? Like an open source project that all of us can contribute to, right? Just to because I noticed a couple of folks in this group, in this team, don't even know where to start, right? And I can bet you, right, there's nothing like working on a project where someone has to review your code, right? Where someone has to like tell you, trash, you're not doing testing, right? Because most people don't just on their laptop, most people on their laptop just like, they just write code like, oh, the website is working, right? Do you do tests, right? Right? Do you write tests, right? How do you like integrate your apps, right? On front end, some people just write front end, some just write the back end code. How do you incorporate like the front end? And also, if you're working in a stack that you're not familiar with, how do you go ahead and learn your stack? So that's the goal of the project that I'm hoping to come up with, right? I have nothing concrete right now. So if anybody has idea of, but we are going to start a community project where people can contribute to, right? And also that project is going to be part of demo. So if you build a new features to the project, it's going to be open source so that you can reference it in your resume, right? If you build a new feature, you can demo it in the session too. Any question? Any question?
No question from here.
If you're a newcomer, please, or if you're just getting to IT, please, if you have any question about how to get started, please ask right now. We have people that can help you or that can answer the question. And is there any female in the group also? Please, if there's a female, introduce yourself. I would really appreciate it.
Okay, let me ask a question though.
Go ahead.
Hello, Tunde.
Hi, Moses.
Yeah. So I want to ask is about the other question, this one that we just solved. What approach exactly is that you used to solve what approach is it called?
Well, there's not like a specific approach. You're talking about like are you talking about like categorize the categorization of the question? Maybe some people it's just a very simple like loop through the array. That's it. Now there's no like a approach. The approach you're going to use to solve is just loop through this guy, right? Loop through this guy, right? Loop through this guy and insert. That's it. Now the only thing that you have to watch out for is that during your insertion, right? The value when you get to like values, right? That's an existing index already in the array, right? A value that has an existing index already in the array. Basically, this is how you know if the length of the current target is already equals to the if the length of the current target is already like equal to or more than the index that you're about to insert in, that means you have to do what we call you have to do like some kind of like in place. You have to do, I mean, it depends on the stack that you're working with. In Python, you can easily like split the array, right? You can easily insert the array without replacing the current index. So that's only thing that you have to be very careful about, right?
Okay, you can split the array.
Yeah, you can split the array, right? It's not that it's not efficient. If you're like writing Go doesn't have functionality for you to just insert. You probably have to like, split the array, or you can use, some people can use things like linked list. By using a linked list, you can easily, well, that's a very complex thing. In Python, I'll just insert and move on. But some people like, it depends on the program language. If you're using C++ or C or something, you probably have to use like a linked list or something to really get yourself going. Right? Because those array do not have like a native way to just manipulate, right? For example, do those kind of insertion, right? Right. Um,
Okay.
it's a very like it's a very like a straightforward question, but it just has that gotcha there. And Dome that worked on it, I really like appreciate his effort, because there's a difference between, the goal of these things is to show that there's a difference between you solving the question yourself and someone interviewing you, right? As you can see, you would have, on normal day, you would have cleared this question, but there's a difference between someone watching your script and you having to explain to a group versus you just sitting in your room like there's no pressure. Like, oh, you can't even Google online, right? So yeah, so yeah, that's a good question. Any other question?
Okay, I wanted to ask if I can explain my own approach, maybe.
Yeah, if you yeah, you can explain, you can share your screen.
Okay.
That's Femi, right?
Yes, please. Yeah, quite a while.
Mm-hmm. You teach us, right? You left us in the trenches.
No, it's not like that, boss. It's not like that. Okay, I'm
All
coming.
right, all right. All right. So do we have any while is okay, it's about to share.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Right. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so um while reading through the question, I noticed that we are given some constraints. So now our output is to return the target array. So I decided to create an empty list that is the target array that we are trying to look at. Then now I'm using this zip function here simply because the length of the two arrays, they are equal. So what zip does um, is a functionality that allow you to loop through two things, two sequence at the same time, and in which this first part stands for items in this first array, and then this second variable stands for items in this second array. So by doing that, so for instance, I will have so let me just quickly do this. So we have this now. Uh, okay, so what this zip will do is it will pick the first item in norms, that is one, and then pick the first item in index, that is zero. Then we have this insert. So what this insert will do is at index j, index zero, insert one. Then targets will now become, after this operation now, targets will look at like this. So um, targets will look like, so at index zero, like this. So by the next loop, we have something that looks like 2, comma 1. So what this we do is at index 1, insert 2. So that is how the loop continues to loop. So at the end, then you just return the target. So that is the approach that I use.
Right.
Is there any question?
So please, what's the runtime? Have you tried running it?
Okay, so for this first line now, this is O of n. Now um, the inserts will have a runtime of um, m plus n. So because this inserts in this case is doing something like today said earlier, splitting the list at that point and then uh, trying to now um, extend. So when it will append um, the the elements at once they split it, append the elements at the end and then extend it by the other end of the list and then join it together. So that is like it's just like let me say going through the list, but at the position that you want. So this insert should be O of m plus n. So overall, the O should be O of n or O of n plus m maximum. Yeah. So that's the
Right. All right. So so compared to like dumb, right? You see, that's just point out something actually. The program language that you use matters a lot. It matters a lot, right? The reason why Femi is able to like not run into the same issue that right, don't run into it because don't basically solve the question, right? It's just that in his own program, the program language that he used, when he does like, index replacement, I think there's a way to do it in JavaScript, right? So the program language that you use matters a lot. Use something that you know the tricks in and out, please, right? Don't go and carry Rust or because you want to impress the interviewer. Go and carry language that you are not absolutely confident on. You don't know the in and out. Look at what Femi did right now. He inserted, right? He didn't even check if there's any replacement going on, right? So insertion automatically take care of that for you, right? So know the programming language that you're going to work with. I'm going to advise you for technical challenge like this, pick a programming language and always work with that programming language. Always. Some company will tell you why you're not picking the language that we are very comfortable with, right? Me, on my interview, some company like they use Java, but like I use Python for technical challenge because I don't like writing, like having to write class and all those things. I use Python for like technical challenge, right? So pick a language. It could be Java. Java is a very good one. Python is a good one. JavaScript is a good one. I'm going to advise you to like stay away from like really weird language like Rust or Brain Pork or some other weird language or D, all those things, right? Before for writing your technical challenge. Right. All right. Thank you very much for that, Femi. Any other question? I think Adiola wanted to speak one time.
Yeah, you asked if there was any girl on the group.
Finally. Thank you. All right. I just like to, because to be honest, our field is pretty like very male dominant, right? And we have other females of like, how do I do this? Me too, I'm smart now. How do I do this, right? So it's always good to hear about our females, right? So guys, please invite your friends to come and join the meetup. So Adiola, do you want to like tell us just are you like a professional?
No, I'm just starting out. I don't understand most of it, but I'm just trying to follow along. I'm learning Python for now, but I'm not good yet.
Okay. For those who are just starting the field, for those who are coming to the field, do you have any question right now that you want to ask all the professional years?
Oh, well, yeah, there's a lot of questions because I got a scholarship to study Python for data science, but then I'm starting to see that there is more to Python than like the stuff we use in the data science courses. I don't know if there's any recommendation on which path to go. I noticed that it's like most people are it's like they learn JavaScript first. I don't know if that's something I should look into, or I should just stay on the track I am, and you know, just pointers on what to get started with.
Anyone else want? Anyone that has experience in this want to chip in?
Yeah, can I say something real quick? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So you're asking about data science, right? Is that what
Tech
you're
guy,
saying?
your audio is a little bit low.
Okay, now? Still low? Can you hear me?
It's distorted. You have a distorted sound.
Okay, let me use my phone. Sorry. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
All right. So you're asking about data science, right?
Well, that's what I started out with. I don't really know which track I want to go in yet. I don't know if there's any advice on what to start with first.
So my question is, are you interested in building software like applications, or are you interested in
Yes.
data analytics?
I
Software.
like development and stuff. Yes.
Okay, then I mean, you can still Python can do anything. It doesn't have to be data science. It has a lot of libraries for anything you want. So if you want to do web development, I have some things I can send to you on Django and Flask on Python to build web applications and other stuff like that. And Python is just like every other programming language, like Java. You can build any kind of application. So you can start with Python, it's easier. And if you want to go a little bit tougher, you can do Java, but I would advise you start with Python. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely
I'd like
reach out.
if you
I'll
can
share some
send it.
documents for you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So one thing I would like to add as well. So thank you for this meetup. This is actually my first time here. I've already been on the group for some time. So in terms of starting out, there are some mistakes that beginners tend to make. The tech world is so filled up with so many fancy names. You hear different technologies, and you'll be like, "Oh, this one seems interesting. Let me just jump into it. Let me just jump into that." So, from my experience, I've learned that it's better to just stick to one thing while starting out. It's better to be good at that one thing and spread out later on in future, moving on in like 2 years, 3 years or so. So one thing about tech is that it is always there's everything looks the same. Like so when you learn Python, for instance, you tend to use Python for data science, you use it for web development, backend, frontend, and the likes. So it is quite similar to if you decide to jump into something like React or something. So you know that okay, the same process of building the front end, writing HTML, using templates in Django, is the same thing as building components, kind of similar to building components in React and JavaScript. So it's better to just stick to one thing, work on it for uh, work on it for 6 months, go look for internships, jump on internships, then work for a year or so before jumping into a different stack entirely. So I think that should be like an additional point to what Tech Boy or Tech Guy just said. So I just decided to just put that in. So,
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, can I just say something? I like what I don't know who just spoke now, but I like what he said because I mean he just took the words right in my mouth. I think one of the reasons why people get frustrated is because of a long term curve. Because I mean we're in Nigeria, let's not lie to ourselves, right? I mean it's not easy for you say you're learning something and you cannot pay the bills. You understand? So I mean, when I started learning, I came into tech. I think it was just 2020, maybe October, and I was in the full stack program, but it was more of the front end, right? And I realized that it would be easier for me to start up with the front end since that's what I started with. Get an internship, just like the last guy said, and then start making money. And when you're making money, it's now easier. I mean, even if you're a full stack, like that's the thing with tech, it keeps on changing. New things keep on coming out. You still have to learn something. You understand? Like even you can't say, okay, yes, I'm done. So I'm not going to like still read further. You still have to learn something new. So first of all, just have that target that okay, you know what? Why don't I do this stuff for like maybe 6 months, get an internship, start making some money at least to support myself. Then you can now start spreading your tentacles and say, okay, yes, I want to go do add this other language or add this other language. You understand? Because now it's easier for you to do it. You understand? You're not learning and then you're worried, oh, how am I going to pay bills? So that stuff messes with people a lot because over the years I've tried to like motivate people and but sometimes along the line they just fall back into their whole shell of I don't have money, I'm broke and all that stuff. And that's one of the
Doesn't mean never
challenges
chop,
people
no
have
fit
learned
code.
as sorry?
Like,
Doesn't mean never chop, no fit code.
That's the thing. No, we can't say that that's one of the main things that just makes people, just lay back and you know what, let me just forget this thing is not paying. So that's my best advice for you. Pick up something that you know that in the next, if you don't have someone sponsoring you, but if you have, maybe you're from somewhere where you can sit down at home, eat, and like you can go ahead and do what you want to do. So that's just my own advice.
Okay, let
but
me
like,
let me okay, sorry. Let me just add one final advice. I think you everybody has said something, but I think I can relate well with Adiola's one is because I think I'm somewhat similar. Okay, you see, when I wanted to start programming, I was thinking, okay, what exactly should I learn? I was like, should I learn JavaScript? Should I learn this? I had a whole lot of tons of responses from people say, don't start with any language, just start with this. And then you hear some people saying, what do you want to actually do? Sometimes you don't even know what you want to do. Maybe you're just fascinated about it. Okay, me, what brought me into programming was fascination. Then later, I liked hacking. But later, when I saw how hacking was, I didn't like it again. So I said, okay, let me just keep working with, okay, let me go towards web development. Anyway, what I want to say is from the experience since I've started, is that if you have this mindset that you have this mindset to always keep on learning, you want to keep getting, as in learning every day. That's the world of programming. Like there is no day you don't learn something new. So if you are satisfied with that aspect, that every day you keep growing and you keep learning something new, if you are satisfied with that aspect, then I don't think you have a problem, because most people usually think that there will be a point where you stop. There is no stopping. Like you just keep going, you keep learning. Like new things are happening every day, new stacks, new
kids.
applications, different kind of frameworks are coming out every day, and you have to learn it because you have to keep competitive. So that's just the only thing I want to tell you, because it's not something that you would say you would start today and then you be like, oh, I give up. Like everybody has that feeling of, wow, like I'm just, you get tired at some point, but you just have to have that motivation in you. Just be satisfied that, look, oh, as long as I'm starting, I'm not going to give up. That's all.
Hi, Adiola. I've dropped like 2 documents in the chat box for you guys and anybody
Okay,
else that
thank
need
Oh,
it.
you.
so Teg guy, sorry guys. Teg, please, if you can put that on the WhatsApp,
The
very
WhatsApp too. All
yeah,
right, sure.
because
Yeah.
this WhatsApp, this Zoom call is once most people probably won't access it, but the WhatsApp is going to be readily available.
Okay.
I mean, all you guys have given like good advice, right? So folks, folks that are coming, so that spoke, please, right? Ask questions in the group. People are going to try to help you out. We have professionals in the group that are willing to that are willing to help, right? And And also very soon, like I said before, we are going to start a project. It's like an open source project whereby it's going to be in, I don't know what language yet. We are going to be like an application that's like a real application. It could be like over a year, over 2 years. So that it's going to be like a way for people that are just getting started to jump in and start, focus on something. Like someone said, it's very wide. You can do back end, front end, even on the back end itself. We have different aspects, right? We have different aspects. We have somebody that actually writes machine learning code on the back end, right? So we have different aspects. So it just the goal is to get started on something. That's our goal, right? Okay. Any question? I'm about to. I think the meeting is coming to an end.
Okay, Tunde, before you wrap it up, uh, so I understand that Adiola is having a scholarship. So now for the scholarship, they have a course outline. So you can just follow the course outline. Um, so they have a course outline, so you can just follow the course outline. I understand where she's coming from. So in the scholarship that she said, that she confirmed, they have Python, R, SQL, and I've forgotten the last one. So she was thinking of maybe she should start from SQL, or R, or Python. So um, you can follow they have a certification path, so you can always follow that. So I think that would be a guide. Thank you.
Any response or question on that? All right. All right.
Sorry, just the last thing. I said something in the chat. So someone asked like why I said so. So I mentioned that like we should be careful with the way we use Twitter and LinkedIn, especially for those that are just starting out. So the reason why I said that is because as much as Twitter can be a place, or LinkedIn, yeah, social media generally can be a place where you get access to resources, you get access to opportunities and the likes. There are times where people post stuff that look intimidating, that are intimidating to you, or people post things that tend to like shift your trajectory away from what you do exactly. So you should be careful in like certain places like that. So you see someone posting something online. I just got this job. I got in 6 months ago. I got into tech 6 months ago, and I landed a 100K job. So you can't just get intimidated by that. So in terms of using Twitter and LinkedIn, posts like that tend to like they sometimes like help you in terms of being motivated, wanting to like do the same thing, and they sometimes tend to like reduce your drive. So you are someone that has been trying to learn Python. You don't even know how to create a list. You've been trying to do it for like 1 year, and you can't seem to get through it. You have issues with internet in Nigeria, you have issues with electricity. And someone posted on Twitter that he got a job after working on himself for 6 months. You tend to feel intimidated in some way. You guys, both of you are not on the same level intellectually or whatnot. So it might seem intimidating to, for you, and that might like distort the way you move in tech and the likes. So you should like be careful the way you. That's why I said you should be careful the way you use Twitter and LinkedIn. Yeah.
And that's a very good advice, right? Just know you're on a different, trajectory, right? So you're on your own lane. That's a very good one. I saw an example. There are folks that, like someone said, there are folks that their parents, even if they don't get into tech, their parents will take care of them. And you that, you are from the street, you are just hustling, trying to put everything together. Your pace might be different, right? So don't let that person like, oh, I'm going for tech, this thing, this thing, I just got this huge job. Don't worry, your own time will come, all right? Your own time will come, and your salary may not be that high, but you get there. Don't worry, you get there. Before we close, my advice is that, guys, tech in Nigeria is just getting started, right? It is just getting started, despite the fact that we have like there's a projected like downturn that's about to happen, like the VC space. Now, tech in Nigeria just getting started. We are like height of the call, right? Trust me, you are early. Everybody in this group, you are early. Even you that you're asking that, how can I get started? The fact that you know that you're supposed to get started, it shows that you are early, right? You are still early, right? Nigeria is still very young in terms of tech space. If you are consistent, right? If you're consistent, you are going to cash out. Let me give you an example. People, for those that know about all these cryptocurrency thing that came out, some people have been in cryptocurrency since 2011, but guess what? They didn't cash out because they were not consistent, right? So be consistent. Nigeria tech will boom. Tech is going to be the highest paid position apart from Nigeria politics, right? So it's going to be the highest paid position that we are going to have. It's going to be Nigeria's best chance as making it. I can say it. I told my friend, in the next decade, this decade, the difference between the poor and the rich, on the average, Nigeria is going to be whether they have laptop or not, whether they can program. So you are early, guys, stay consistent, and maybe you say we can get rich and cash out and start working for a company and move to Germany. Any question? And please, for those that say they are very fascinated with tech, me, I'm not fascinated. I just like the money. Me, I like to be very upfront about my intention. I just like the money. I was studying medicine before. I jump that ship. I'm just messing around. But me,
You
I'm
want
just
to take oath?
You're
Your
not
oath.
lying now. It's your truth now. Cash out. No time.
all right, guys. It's good to be fascinated because being fascinated is what keeps it going at the end. After I saw the money, Baba, the cash out on me and Japa is yeah, guys. So just know what you want to achieve and don't get distracted. If you have any
Show us way,
questions,
boss.
show
us way.
Me. I don't have any way to show.
Which will pass this one now? Which other will pass this one?
To be honest, let me stop recording.